the one thing that I was most worried about is that I broke my hand on Monday, and then on Tuesday, my phone died, and then on Wednesday I woke up and I was like, okay, God, please protect me.
It's like not today, Satan.
Not today. And that was my prayer for Wednesday and Thursday, because I was afraid of something to happen. But you know, that was only it. So thank God.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a lot of fun.
Your fun was not as much fun as mine. During the week, on one of the nights, we had like late night activities every night, and except for Monday, and I think it was Thursday night. No, it was Wednesday night. We went to crab hunting on the beach. I had no idea what to expect about crab hunting. I was like, what is this? Like,
no idea.
I don't even know what crabs look like, apparently, because I was out there on the beach and I was like, oh, so are they red? So I've seen the cartoons, like, crabs.
For me,
Same.
I thought that it was gonna be like super large ones,
Yeah.
red or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is kind of dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But
And they were, like,
but they were
small.
like super small.
Yeah, and they were kind of translucent.
Yeah, and why? Like,
And-
yeah.
Yeah, like a clear color, a white color.
Yes.
And so I was like, I have no idea what to expect. And so as I was out there, like, I was learning about crab hunting. It was so much fun. I didn't expect to enjoy it. I think that's why I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
And we did it with our condo groups. And so it was kind of a bonding experience with all of us and kind of learning on the go how to do it. And we were digging in one of the holes and I found one because it started crawling up and I started screaming and then all the girls were screaming. We were all taking our nets and trying to catch it. It was a lot of fun.
I didn't find any, so. But we won as the biggest one. Our condo found
Oh, really?
a really big one. So, I mean, teamwork, right? I mean, I didn't do anything, but I won something. It's the best. No, like we all did a lot of things for the first time, right? And then on Thursday, I went parasailing. I don't know if you ever heard of
I want to
it.
go.
It was pretty awesome. First, we had to go on the banana boat, and it was like the waves were very like, it was crazy. So we almost fell getting to the boat, and then you just get hooked up on this thing, and then you just literally fly.
Wait, just a pause. Just imagine him on the boat and his legs are like going up. Have you seen those things that we have at the gas stations are like, ooh.
Oh
Yeah.
Imagine
Game.
the
The
same thing.
inflatables.
I was more scared in the banana boat going into the boat than up there on like really
Parasailing.
parasailing. I don't know how like far up we were, but it was an amazing experience because it was really quiet up there. Like it was just me and Cody, and we're talking, but other than that, you cannot hear anything. You just see like it was in the Gulf of Mexico, so you just see like
So pretty.
it's so beautiful, and then they bring you down and you like to get splashed out, and it was amazing. It was a great experience, and I had lots of fun. It was great. I
Did you
miss
see
it already.
anything interesting up there?
Like a couple of sharks, a whales, and dolphins, and sea monsters, but I mean, nothing new.
Okay.
And that team that they fish in baby shark.
We
Do you
saw.
guys remember?
We saw
Yeah,
a
they
picture.
caught a
I
baby
think
shark.
it was on the second day, right?
Yeah.
Second day.
Someone
Then-
fishing a baby
At
shark, guys.
first, we saw a picture of this couple of friends like hugging and fishing, nice. But then they made like a very close
They zoomed
up,
in.
and then we saw that they had like this tiny shark shape, I guess. I think it was a baby shark.
Yeah.
That was
Man,
amazing.
it was scary.
I thought they were gonna start playing.
And the only thing that is first in my mind is how a baby shark have a mom
A
shark.
mama shark.
Exactly.
Where's the mama shark?
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we didn't find her.
Yeah, but for me, I need to come back for the grab hunting. What's for me was the highlight that night for
Really?
me. I was with the 7th grade girls, and they were really upset at the end of the hunting because we didn't get nothing, 0. Psh. And the girls was really upset, like we didn't find anything. Oh my gosh, everybody will win and we were lost. And I was like, oh I was so worried because it was just me with 7 girls,
Yeah.
and I was so afraid to lose some girl that I was like everybody together, no one come.
It was
you
really
know?
dark.
Yeah, I was afraid. And at the end, they called all leaders of the condos that didn't get no crab. And we put all of us together and they throw all the crabs on our feet.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was thinking just, man, why?
That moment, everyone started screaming. "Ah!"
Yeah.
And the funny part is that some people, I'm not gonna mention, they started pushing each other and they were like jumping. "Ah!" That was
But it
super
was
fun.
so good for me because I was with a net in my hand. When
You
they
were
Not this one.
not
another
this
net.
one.
Oh.
Net with my hand, and there was an amazing opportunity because when they throw all the crabs, I get like what 3, and I come to the kids and say, "Look, girls, we get some crabs. This is amazing."
We
The
got
girls
some.
was, "Yes,
Yeah.
first place loser." And I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, we lost the competition. We lost the competition, was clearly. But they were so content that we got some crabs. At the end, we stole some crabs off another team, but we had some crabs, you know? And how God teach me about this. Have one night at the worship time, they start to talk about surrender our things for God. Let some things there. And they were singing that song, I give up control. This part was like highlighting my mind. I give up control, and God was talking with me about my things that sometimes I try to control. I try to take the control, and it's not because I don't trust in God, but sometimes we think, I just want to help God to make this easier, you know? And me and Nathan, we are married 4 years, and since we get married, we never have our own home, our own house, you know. We always traveling, always living with host families, and I was like just questioning God, like, God, 4 years. I want home, my home. And this moment, God was just say to me like, the same way of the girls, just be content. I know what is the best for you, so just surrender your dream. And it was really clear for me because the moment that God told me this about my dream, just surrender to Him and just trust Him. After this, the ad come and he will just start to challenge the students to surrender their things to God. You know, they think that sometimes it's stopping them. You know, sometimes I spend so many time questioning God, like so many times you have a promise. Where is the promise, you know? And God just say again, like, surrender to me. Just be content because I'm giving so much for you. And I just remember about the girls, how they be so content. Was too late, you know, we didn't win.
Yeah.
But they were so content with everything that they have. And remember again, the verse that Nathan was reading about Philippians 4:6. Could you read again?
Philippians 4:6
Yeah.
says,
I don't know, it was Nathan. Yeah, it was you.
don't worry about anything, but in everything, through prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God.
Thanksgiving. You know, I think just be thankful for God. And I can remember those girls like, thank you. Like, we have some crabs, you know. And I was just,
It didn't matter when they got it.
Yeah.
They just got it.
they just got it, you know. And I would just remember, it was really clear for me, God just say, just thanksgiving. I'm in the control, don't be anxious, don't worry. And you can bear this, you know. You can bear, you can, it was amazing for me. This part is really marking my heart.
Yeah, it was a very powerful week.
Yeah, it was.
For sure.
The same way that God spoke to her, it spoke to me as well. I was like, if you guys don't know, I love playing video games. It's one of the things that I most, like, it's one of my precious things. Ever since I grew up, teenage life, all I wanted was to have a video game and play, and I would like kind of control myself not to play every time because it's not healthy. But I always thought of video games. Aside from after I played the video games, I would go online, research about how much for some games, like super into video games, and then sometimes that would like take place of God.
Sorry.
And that moment when Ed Newton was saying about that, to surrender ourselves to God, I just said, God, this is my most precious thing I have in my life. Even though I'm married, my wife is amazing. I love you very much. I love you very much. But me as individual, one of the most precious thing that I had was the video game. And I just said, God, you know how much I love playing video games. It's one of the best things that I love doing. It relaxes me. It's super fun. But I have been misplacing it. I've been putting in a place that I should not be putting. And in the Bible says that is idolatry, right? And then I just remembered that I gave it up to God. I said, God, you know me, that I just want to give it to you. I want to control when I play, how much I play, and I just want to put you in the first place. I want to do so much thing that you want to give it to me. I just want to have a lot of fun, but you come first, and that was a big deal to me. I don't know about you guys, but to me it was a big deal.
It's so funny because God was talking with us at the same time before they challenged the students.
Yes.
And when they challenge the students, it's like just confirm this is God.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's powerful. So God also spoke something to me, and just like was something really powerful that I saw this week was really going back to what Ed had said all week, was something that really stood out to me, was that we serve a God who takes broken pieces and makes masterpieces. And I was thinking about that all week, and how like he's done that in my life, and how he was doing that in the students' lives. And there was just something really powerful about this week, and seeing so many students just raise their hands and surrender to Christ, to give their life to Christ. And it was just an amazing moment. We as leaders stood up on Tuesday night, and Ed asked us to start praying for the students, and two of the girls in my condo, their names came to mind. I looked for them, I found them, and as like the sermon continued, like they had their heads down and their eyes closed, and Ed just offered a response time and offered a moment for them to accept Christ, and they said a prayer, and then Ed asked if you said the prayer, if you meant it, if it was wholeheartedly, then raise your hand. And those two girls raised their hands, and I was just like, wow, like blown away. And so many more hands around the room raised, and it wasn't just about those two girls, but I knew those two girls. They were in my condo, and I had gotten to start building a relationship with them, and it was really the first time that I had conversations with them was this week, and it was just really amazing. I just wasn't expecting that from God, and I kind of had to take it back and be like, why wasn't I expecting that, God? Like, where was my heart at? Like, what was I even anticipating from this week? Because if I wasn't anticipating that, then like, what am I doing here? And it just reminded me of my vision of like why I'm doing Pais and why I'm doing youth ministry, and just like, this is my passion. I want to see this, and I want to see students come to know Christ and to grow closer to Him. So many of our students also recommitted their lives to Christ, and it was just really powerful, and it just helped affirm, this is where I'm supposed to be, and this is what God wants me to do. And I was just so thankful for those girls, and I got to pray over them afterwards, and ask if they had any questions, and I'm gonna be following up with them. So it was just really cool.
I do remember, like in the beginning of the year, praying, asking, for salvation, for baptisms, and all of that, and then like we're almost at the end of our Pais year, and then we could see that, So it was really a powerful moment, and I even had the privilege to baptize some, in the Gulf of Mexico. I was like, it was the first time ever I baptized someone, and I was like, man, it's so cool, that I'll always remember this night. That like, some of them like recommitted their lives, but a bunch of them was the first time ever, that they were receiving Christ and getting baptized, and it was just a powerful experience. I remember going back to the condo, and I was just so electrified. I couldn't sleep, I was like, man, what just happened? And just being able to walk with them, just disciple and seeing them, and seeing just even the last night when we heard the testimonies, and some of the students that we know it was something hard for them to stand in front of 150 people and tell the story, like we're like, man, they are up there, and you clearly can see how God moved in their hearts because they are willing to testify about that. So it was just a powerful week. We're so grateful for what God did, and I believe that we'll hear many more testimonies in the weeks to come.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
It was cool too. I was also praying at the beginning of the year for salvations and for baptisms too, and it's just cool to be able to stick around long enough for that, Sorry?
To see that happen.
Yeah, to see the harvest and to see like what God has been doing and the seeds that we've been planting this whole year, just how God has brought so much of it to fruition, and how God is continuing to move in our student ministry and all of that.
It's so interesting because you both guys are living, like, you live in Pais, you live in Grapevine, but at the beginning of the year you guys are praying for these. It's so beautiful to see like the results of your praise.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost God say this is my gift for you to see like what you guys did here was a big deal, So this is like powerful, this is beautiful, and I'm pretty sure, especially for both you guys, that is start a new season in your life is coming much more, like much more powerful, more life. Kids, children is spiritual for you guys to take care. Will be an amazing time for both of you all. So I'm pretty sure that this moment was just like God. This is my from you,
Yeah, I agree. And the best is yet to come.
Yes. Amen.
So yeah, guys, that was our experience, and we pray that you, if you're going out for camp or wherever your summer looks like, that you're just gonna give 100% and just believe, right, that God will move in your church, in your youth group, and personally, because we experienced that, and I believe our faith is just like got stronger, and just believe that God has so much more, and
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
I hope I pressed play, and in the middle of it, I was like, did I press it? I
And
did.
then I was like,
Woo!
stop